Somebody sent Travis Scott Utopia in June. I don't even know if it's June, so don't quote me on that. Let's see what he said. This is what he said. Travis Scott reveals he played his highly anticipated album Utopia for the Houston Astros before the game. So what that tells me, before I've even heard what Travis Scott says, it means potentially that the album is done or in its final stages, because if he's willing to play it for people, for the Astros, it means that there is a draft where it is mixed and mastered to a degree where like he's, willing to let people listen to it.
Man, fresh from Utopia. You know what I mean? Live from Utopia. It's on the way now, Mark.
It's on the way. Okay, well, he said that like a million times, but okay.
Had to come here and play the Utopia for the boys down in the locker room. Had to get it right for
He played in the locker room.
the game. Now we on. Do best, Mark. Finish the master, Mark. Now we do, Mark, from the clubhouse to the stools. Welcome to Space City. Here, I'm gonna get the cake. Man,
All right. So that means, so it's relatively soon. And I feel like Travis Scott would drop a summer album. And when did he drop Astroworld? I think it was August, if I recall correctly. Let me look it up. Astroworld release date. Has to be, August 3rd. So, I think it's summer. I don't even know necessarily if it's June or July. It could be August. I feel like if he starts pushing into fall, like that's just not the vibe. Especially because September is like when it starts to get a little bit colder, and Travis Scott makes summer music, if you ask me. Like he's the rager, the original rager at performances. He wants to perform new music. Also, when is the Astro Fest? Astro Fest dates. That's in November. So wasn't he supposed to drop, he dropped Escape Plan and Mafia. Then he was trying to drop after that, but then there was the whole Astro Fest tragedy. So I think it's going to be before fall. So August. I'm thinking August. Just because Astroworld, that's going to be the 5-year anniversary. That would make sense to me. And then Sofago is supposed to drop before that. So he's dropping the EP soon. I think the EP is going to, I told y'all this before, I think the EP is going to be more than just 5 songs like he was planning on, because it's just been way too long. And he's got a little bit of hype from that last Ye song. Like people are trying to tune into the old Sofago vocals on like the newer production. So he's got a little bit more hype than he did when Pink Hearts, after Pink Hearts. Let's call that the second Astro Fest tragedy. And then let's see. I think Don Toliver already dropped though. So it's just Sofago and then Trav. No parent is letting their kid to go to Astro Fest. Perhaps. They'll probably have better maintenance of the crowd though, like sections. A lot of EDM festivals have that, where like you pay for a certain pass to be at the front near the stage, and then kind of like GA and lawn is behind. And I think just with the last Astro Fest, it was just all one ticket, and so everybody was cramming to go to the front, and then that's when people got trampled, that would have been scary. I know I get freaked out when I'm in a crowd and your feet are essentially like glued to the ground, and the whole, like your body is swaying, but you can't even lift up your feet. So you're a rag doll in there. It's crazy. So I feel for the people who go, who passed away or just were freaked out and traumatized from that situation. I think people will still go to Astrofest though. They'll just have to have more regulations on it. Travis Scott has more bodies. Oh God. Do I think Juice WRLD album is dropping this summer? I don't even know if I don't want to hear another Juice WRLD album. I'm not going to lie. I feel like they should just be done with that. And I know they have a bunch of music to release, but it should just be, his legacy is already intact. You don't need to ruin it. You don't need to try and, there's no way that you can benefit from here. At this point, it's just for money. And you're already getting so much money from his back catalog. You're probably getting millions and millions of dollars, just like X's catalog. So why even try and push it? It was like the whole Lil Pump situation. Like you're literally risking his discography by dropping more music, because there's no way that it's going to be better than if he was alive right now. So what's the point? You can drop it all in one album if you want, but like, don't have this whole huge promotional rollout, leak it all. I'd be happier if it was all leaked or something, or if they dropped it on SoundCloud or something. But you don't, like, you see what they're doing with Mac Miller? They're actually doing it right. They dropped one project and then they were over with. They were like, we're gonna let it live. He was here. We were blessed to be in the same decade as him, but there's no point in trying to kill it.